For decades, DEET has been one of our best defenses against mosquitoes. But now, researchers have done something surprising in a lab, actually training mosquitoes to associate the powerful repellent with food. So instead of avoiding it, they're learning to love how it tastes.
They were really excited about it and became really attracted by DEET.
Clément Vinager is an associate professor at Virginia Tech and teamed up with researchers at the University of Tours in France to explore just how adaptable mosquitoes can be. Using a technique similar to Ivan Pavlov's famous dog experiments, researchers trained mosquitoes to associate the smell of DEET with a blood meal. In a lab, mosquitoes were held behind a mesh barrier with a bag of warm blood nearby. Once feeding began, researchers introduced the smell of DEET.
We did that only 4 times, and that was sufficient for them to learn the association in such a way that, a few minutes later, give them only the smell of DEET. They're really excited about it. So instead of being repelled and going away, they go towards DEET and try to pierce through that membrane, even though the blood is not here anymore. There's just the smell of DEET.
Researchers then offered mosquitoes a choice between 2 human hands, one coated with DEET and the other left untreated. The untrained mosquitoes avoided the repellent, but the lab-trained ones were drawn to it, suggesting a bug's brain can be rewired based on experience. So what does this mean for you? Researchers say when it comes to protecting yourself from bug bites this summer, DEET remains the gold standard, but it's all in how you apply it.
What I think it highlights is, the importance of taking into consideration the manufacturer's recommendation in terms of dosage, how much you put on your skin, and also the frequency of application to make sure that we don't end up in a situation like this one where mosquitoes might be coming and by accident feeding on somebody who has low trace level amounts of DEET on their skin.
The study published in the Journal of Experimental Biology focused on the yellow fever mosquito, a species that spreads dengue, Zika, and yellow fever, and could help scientists better understand how mosquitoes adapt to real-world defenses in hopes of staying one step ahead.
What we are seeing is that mosquitoes, not only are they becoming resistant to insecticides that we use to kill them, but they also show what we call behavioral plasticity. They change their behavior in response to how we try to control them.
Eun Yang, News 4.